Good morning. I already ate. I woke up, let the parakeet out just now. I was going to be with the other one, but here we are. I want to show you. I have to figure some things out. I don't know if this lens, I don't know. I just put you up there. I just found out how to put you up there, the microphone, so it's there and it's not just dangling. So much better. Go and finish editing yesterday's vlog, or at least like have a rough draft. I am really tired and I feel like everyone's out Christmas shopping. And also, I need to figure out the autofocus because I can feel you struggling to focus. This lens is from the 5100, and I have a feeling that it's like the kit lens. Yeah, 16 to 50. I have a feeling that the one that would come with this camera would be better. I don't know if Nelson sent it back or like completely canceled it. I'm gonna check with him and see, because he had ordered another lens and then I told him that I already have this one and he's like, okay, so you don't need the same duplicate, because he's a money saver. I'm like, well, I might. I need to like see. Now, I would prefer an 11 millimeter, but that is like 400 some dollars. So, I don't know. And what if it makes the same thing? It does the same thing. You know, this is like trickier. The more advanced the camera, the more tricky things with the lenses are. I need to at least figure out the microphone. The parakeet upstairs was chirping, but it has such a infundat type of chirp, like underwater, you would say in English, I guess. And she has a very clear chirp. A little bit of a break. I have also thoughts about the last few days. There is so much that I didn't cover in like my last vlogs. Like we went to El Palenque and it was awesome because I was just seeing, I forget his name, Joe? Hold on. Sao? I don't know how to pronounce his name. This guy. And he was talking about how vlogging has helped him find, like, meet people, make friends even, etc. I entered El Palenque. We went there twice and it was empty both times around 2 p.m. But this time it got busy in like half an hour, or maybe not even half an hour of us being there, like 15 minutes. Party came, like an older couple came behind us and another couple in front of us in the booths. It got busy, so it was awesome to see because they have great food. Even though every time I ordered both times tamales. But the first time, I believe it came in three and had like some sort of side, I want to say, like rice, maybe not. And I initially had ordered one, but I think I made the mistake of saying tamales. And I didn't say the number. So, but I initially just wanted one. So we paid like $60 because we got the biggest food. So I was like, okay, that was me error. I'm going to make sure that I specify how many. And I thought three, but I think maybe I said four. I don't remember, but I got four. I thought I was going to get three. And then, so that's like the trend so far, that we get what we don't order, but kind of great food. These felt spicy and I don't remember them being spicy the first time, and I don't remember having the red pepper on them the first time. So don't know that I'll go back because there's not much I can eat there. Beautiful place, great food, tasting wise, quality wise, I think. Highly recommend for that. The guy who seated us and served us was like, oh, are you a photographer or something? I don't know. So we started talking. He was a photographer. We connected on Instagram. He's also like an actor. I'm like, community, right? Community. I like that. Meeting new people because of something that it just felt effortless. I don't know. Because this is kind of like, I wouldn't say simple or me, but yeah. Those are my thoughts on El Palenque. There was like something else in those vlogs that I forgot to like vlog about, maybe. I don't know. Then also last night, I saw. I don't even know anymore. I don't even know. I don't understand how this is like. Why these two? Why is this happening? Why is this happening to us? I don't feel like we asked for this. I think people like drama, and maybe like people like this drama, but I don't feel anyone really asked for this drama. That's my opinion. This is ridiculous. And then I was like, well, but maybe that's true. Maybe he is. Maybe he is, a bad person. Maybe he did harass her. Maybe, all this stuff. It still doesn't. It's not like he. It's not like he forced her to have the interviews that have resurfaced before they even met, before he was even an actor or like prime actor, known actor. Pretty sure he was not a puppeteer. She did that all on her own. So I do believe that she's trying to overshadow instead of apologize, instead of taking ownership to that. Both things might be true. Maybe he did. Maya Rosso, I appreciate you. I don't want to discredit her claims just because I'm not a fan of her, just because I think she isn't a great person. Both things can be true. I don't know. The things that are claimed and the text messages that were subpoenaed. I don't know. Those I think were like, ooh, they didn't even make sense though. I don't know if it's my brain. For anyone who has seen this, is it just my brain that's not understanding those words put together that these like it feels like AI because like the text messages don't make sense. They're not human talk. But maybe it's like shorthand between PR and publicists and whatever. I don't know. Like it has to be because it doesn't sound like human talk to me. Yeah, it's just weird. But either way, I've loved him. I've loved the efforts he has made. This is turning more into a podcast, but I've loved the efforts he has made towards a healthier masculinity. Like, he's really gone out there, and maybe because of his past, because one of the things that she was like, oh, he talked a lot about his past and conquest or whatever. It's like maybe context is also useful, Like, was he talking like boasting about it? Or was he talking as far as like, because here's the thing. Sorry, let me finish that thought. Or was he talking as far as like, oh, I can relate to this and that was a dark time in my life and I am not proud of that, but this is what happened. And he was confiding in her, thinking that this was a producer, that this was a coworker, not just a coworker, but like in film world, co-star is really intimate. You're supposed to be able to trust one another. Clearly, no matter what happened, they don't trust one another. They were not safe with one another for whatever reason. Maybe we'll find out with this lawsuit, but something is not there. Nothing is there really as far as that. There's no safety with each other. But maybe that, like, and I'm not defending him right now. I'm saying that I'm curious because it seems like she could have done this. I feel like if this was true, if she felt to the extent that she's filing right now, it would really make sense because she's powerful, It would really make more sense, right? To do it earlier on rather than reactively after she's been trashed in the media. Now, again, doesn't mean that, what she's saying isn't true. It doesn't mean that he's a saint. I don't think he's said he's not a saint and he's not been a saint and he wasn't the best person before. He's claimed like he has been upfront about that to the extent that he says maybe he like watered it down. I don't know, but he also speaks to that as part of his past, not his present. Sorry for all the P sounds. And it's just really hard. It is really hard to imagine this person that's building such vulnerable men and strong men, whole men, and his life mission is that. It feels like usually that comes from pain, right? You go to those extremes when you've lived it either to you or you were that person. But it's, it just seems like odd that suddenly that's the case. But he also said that this role was really hard. It was really hard for him. It might not be stupid, but it just feels stupid because it just feels like over dramatic. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Just something about this doesn't sit well with me on Blake's side. Like, something about it is not genuine. I don't know. And I feel like all of the stuff with her grew in momentum because people were already knowing that, already feeling that. People sniff you out no matter how good you are at hiding. She had a lot of good PR. She put a lot of money into good PR. Couldn't really, at the end of the day, you can't really fool people. Whoop, you fell. Anyways, so that's what I have to say. To me, it's like, why are we doing this again? Just leave it. You suck as a person, Blake. Admit that, move on. If you really were her, had awful things for you, happen to you during this film experience, whatever, okay, cool. But don't bring that this is like, oh, a takedown. Like, it's just, oh my gosh, it just makes me even more mad and mad. Even if they did that, like, she said those words. She was that person. That interview with that interviewer from Norway, I think, that did happen. There was another interview that did happen. Gossip Girl days, there was a panel interview that resurfaced. That did happen. You did call your fellow castmates monkeys. They did not find it funny. And so, what does that tell you? It tells you that you probably were inappropriate throughout the whole time with them. They did not seem like they wanted to be friends with you. They did not find the humor in what you said. Because, okay, let's say that was a joke. If it was truly just a joke, meaning behind the scenes, she was very respectful of them, she was very kind to them, she was very easy to work with, she was a team player, and those are like trigger words, honestly, for some people, even for me to some extent. But if she was really genuine and a good person and all that stuff, then that joke would have landed with her castmates. They would have laughed, like, think of Suits. They insult each other, but it's funny to them because they have that safety, because they know, like, it's just a joke. That, no matter what happened with Justin Baldoni, that is also true. You ruined your own image. That is you. Like, I need that to, like, it's BS that we don't want anymore. You can be a good actor. You don't need to have this wholesome image if you're not wholesome. If you're a crappy person, just be a crappy person and own it. Or work and be better. Maybe she is a better person since that interview. Maybe she's evolved. Doesn't seem like it. Because if she would have handled the press and the PR stuff around this movie differently, then I probably, like many, would say, well, she was young. The way that she acted, I can't shake off this one interview when the guy asked, like, if someone has gone through this, has been traumatized by similar things, sees you walking down the street and wants to connect with you, wants to share how much seeing you in this role portray their life and what happened to them, how much it means, how much it's helped them, how can they, like, I don't know if he said get in touch with you or like approach you. I think he said how can they approach you if they see you down the street or whatever and they want to say this to you or whatever. Her response was so disgusting, so tone deaf, so horrible. Justin didn't make you say that. You did that all on your own because by then they weren't doing the same press. A fan gave her a bracelet. Did she put it on? No, because it doesn't go with her outfit. Like, you are a terrible person. You are a horrible, disgusting person. I'm sorry, I don't mean that. I'm just like really triggered right now. Just work on yourself. You have to work on yourself. You are not good. You are not good. And that's I guess that's like the confusion for me because he's working on himself so much. He's owned up that he wasn't the best person before. And he's working so hard to be better. And you're trashing this person for that. As if that wasn't the case. And he has children. And a lot of it just makes me think like his wife and his children, they have to like put up with this. And if this isn't true, that is horrendous. If it is true, it's still pretty bad the way that this is going on. But okay, I guess that's fair. That at least it's fair that she sued him or, whatever. It's just so hard for me to believe her at all. And do these lawsuits behind doors, like, we do not, the whole world does not need to know all of this. But on both sides, if he was unhappy with her, like, the same thing. This is what this feels like to me. If these allegations aren't true, you're setting things back and you're ruining things for real victims. And I don't think she even can understand that because of how that response was and how her attitude is in general around all the interviews for this movie. And I like how I'm sorry, I don't know her name. Kirsty, I forget how she pronounces it. But I love how she said, like, I saw the movie and it sucked. I felt that too. I was like, I don't know if it's his cut or her cut that made it, but I'll tell you that this was crappy. I didn't get a sense of the heaviness that this movie was about. I don't feel like I want people to speak on this, for themselves from an empathetic kind of seat. I don't see how this movie, I honestly, I don't see necessarily how it was triggering to the extent that it could have been, and maybe, that's good. I also, though, don't see how it could be vindicative for the victims. I don't see how it could be healing for the victims. I don't see a real message. I see a crappy mess, and I don't know if it was him or her, like his directing, her producing, his producing. I don't know, but I'm glad that she said it because that was my opinion, and I said it in a few vlogs ago. Like, this movie sucked. Like, maybe it was because I saw it not in theaters and all that stuff, but like, it sucked, and I was turned off by the PR. This was about this topic, and you're making like flowers and like you're making it a girl date. Like, I just want this movie to go away. This whole thing is just such an ugly, stupid, awful mess. This was crappy. This was crappy and such an injustice to victims of real stuff. And I don't know what happened, but based on what he was saying, based on movies he's done before, based on his podcast, based on a lot of movements that he's made before in other mediums, he probably would have done an amazing movie. He was good in it as the character. Maybe he shouldn't have been in it to focus on that. Maybe that wasn't the case. Maybe he shouldn't have picked Blake Lively. Just like I said with Thank God, I was going to say thank goodness, but no, thank God that Ryan Reynolds wasn't in Red One because he would have screwed that movie up, and that movie is amazing. That movie is a future classic. It's a Christmas classic from here on. I want them to go away. I want Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds to go away. They are crappy. She's a good actress, but they're crappy people. He's a crappy actor. He sucks as an actor. He sucks. He's not funny. The people that find him funny, I don't know. I don't know why they find him funny. He's stupid. His humor is so stupid. He's not really funny. But that's like beside the point. It's just cruelty. His humor is cruelty. The way that I'll stop talking. This was a huge venting session. It just, like, it bothers me and I want her to go away. Just like with Taylor Swift, like, she's an amazing, I'm glad Taylor Swift is making music and she's live doing that and fought for that and didn't give up and all the stuff that went into it. She makes great music. There's good music out there. Not only that, but I think she's inspired people to maybe do songwriting themselves and see themselves differently as, women, as girls, as female. She brought people together in such a big way. All the stuff. She's created this community. There's great things about her. I don't really like the entitlement. I don't really like the tone deafness and the hypocrisy. That's what I don't like. Maybe she'll change. I just feel like them two probably like fuel off each other. It's like, be careful who your friends are. Maybe I'm also wrong, but it seems like she was so close with Selena Gomez, and Selena Gomez seems like such a down-to-earth, real, genuine, heartful human, kind human. She's worked so hard on herself. She was one to therapy. She's worked so hard on herself, and it was kind of like, why are these two best friends when Taylor Swift seems like she doesn't want to work on herself? Seems like she just blames everyone else. That's all her music is, like, other people, I'm the victim, other people like hurt me and they need to pay revenge and all that stuff. And it's like, how are these two best friends? And recently they don't seem like they've been best friends. And now Blake Lively and Taylor Swift are best friends because maybe Blake Lively enables Taylor Swift versus Selena Gomez. Maybe it was like challenging her to be a better human being. I don't know. We don't know any of this. It could be the opposite. We don't know any of this. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes. We don't know what goes on in these people's houses and homes. These are my opinions based on the little information I know. That's not just a disclaimer. I think that's really important to say. I'm not disclaiming just to like cover my butt. I don't even know what that means. I don't really know legalities and all that stuff. I felt very strongly about my opinion, but it's my opinion, and I'm really open to see what's going to come of this, I guess. Like, I'm open to, I don't really want to hear about it. I don't really want to partake in this. I don't really want this to happen to us. But I'm open if Justin Baldoni is in fact has done these like gross things that are alleged that he's being sued for. If he is a bad person, okay, does not and will not change Blake Lively's behavior for the past 10, 15 years, however long. It does not, or 20 years? Because I think I was like in college when we were watching Gossip Girl. It does not take away from that. It shouldn't take away from that. What someone else does should never take away from what you do. If you do bad things, just because someone else does bad things to you 20 years later, does not mean that you didn't do the bad things. And even now, I want her to go away. I just want her to go away. And maybe that's how he was like saying it too, you know? Like, I just like, what is this like? But yeah, like, just get her away from me. Like, it's like, leave me alone. Leave me with my life. Like, what is, I don't want anything to do with this person. She's a horrible person, you know? I don't know. Who freaking knows? Maybe we'll find out. Maybe we'll never know. Maybe we'll never find out. Maybe we'll only find out and know how much or how little and the spin both or each of these parties want us to know. With that, I am going to go. I absolutely did not plan to do this venting session. It's almost 1. I actually slept in today. And it felt weird to pick up the camera and start. But yeah, I'm gonna go. Yesterday was like my friend celebration, or like my bigger celebration for my birthday, and my takeaway is that I'm just not adult enough for people. It was pretty boring to me. You know, I wanted action. I wanted to do something. I am playful. I like being alive and playful. That was not the case. We sat around and talked. And then we went to Crocker Park to sit around and talk. And I was like, why are we sitting down? Because we went to get bubble tea. It was a really cold day. Pretty much the coldest day, I feel like. So far, at least. You know, okay, cool. But why are we sitting down? And I literally could not sit down. I stood for the longest time because I'm like, I have energy. Like, I need to spend. Like, why are we sitting down? I don't want to sit down and talk. That part of talking was nice because I was actually involved in it. The first one was overdue and needed between my family and these friends, but it was still like talking and sitting down. Like, I remember thinking, like, why are we sitting down, guys? But I was like, oh, don't be mean, you know. Aru. She's upset because I'm not interacting with her. But yeah, that's my thought on yesterday. It was like, yeah, it was nice, but it wasn't festive. That's like, it wasn't my birthday. We didn't do anything. I wanted to do VR at least. I forgot about it. I wanted to at least do that. And it really bummed me out. I guess not a grown up enough. I'm not an adult. I like being playful and in action and stuff. I'm not this dainty person. I hate that. Like, I love dressing up, and I was dressed up. I was pretty cute. Also, I would have been even more if my sweater was dry. Super into that. That doesn't take away from my playfulness, though. I'm not a tomboy. I'm a playful person. I like action, and I need action. I'm cooped up, and I'm just doing this all the time. I'm sitting all day long. I'm sitting all the time. I'm working. I'm like boring all the time. Yeah, it just really bummed me out. I realized as I was editing yesterday's vlog that there were quite a few clips that had no sound for some reason. I don't know. And then this also, the clips earlier were like high gain again. Yesterday, I ended up going to walk with one of the friends. And I think I have that actually on the phone, but yes. And then I need ice cream. That was like really nice. I think it was about an hour that we were there, and she had a dog with her. It was really cute. Such a like good heart. Gentle, excited. I don't know. Great dog. She brought me this tea, and I was very hesitant to drink because I don't usually drink from other people's stuff. I've been around her house. I don't know how clean she is, all that stuff, but I'm like, this is such a nice gesture. That was the only first time that I was like, okay, yeah, this comes from a good place, so I'll take it. It was good. It was too sweet for me. I don't actually put sugar in my tea, actually, but it was good and it was warm. It was freezing outside. I had my awkward moments. I think I'm so tired as well. But yeah, I definitely had my awkward moments of like silence or whatever. So that's what happened. And then I dropped by my old place because my neighbor found this package with my name. And then we sat and talked for a bit about how further downhill this place has gone. And then I headed back and spent time with Aru and the dog, edited, or I don't even know what I did. And yeah. Anyways, so that's kind of it. I'm like really tired now. Anyways, I'll talk later about today, but I just wanted to jump in editor arena, as they say. Okay, cool, bye.